Welcome back to the show. Well, our next guest is a man who I'm proud to call my mentor in life. He is definitely an inspiring story, to say the least. This man has changed my life, and he will certainly change yours with his stories. Dr. Anthony Hutchinson, one of the most philanthropic people in the region of Peel, currently the CEO of the Brampton Neighborhood Resource Center. Thanks for coming.
Hey, how are you?
Thanks. It's great to be here.
And you wore the shirt I picked out for you.
You know what? You know what? Arda has a keen eye.
Yes, he does.
I will say that, you know, and I've learned all of my fashion savvy from Mr. O'Connell.
So you give him life, you know, life guidance, and he gives you fashion guidance.
He teaches me how to dress appropriately.
Appropriately for television, anyway. I just want to show you this. This was in the Vancouver newspaper, basically talking about Dr. Hutchinson's life. If you can, Doc, just basically take people through your trials and tribulations through life and how you got to this point. Well,
you know, I think everybody has a story, and that's important for us to know. And I think it's about how do we turn our stories into, I guess, examples for next generations and kids coming up. And I was bullied, harassed, I was labeled mentally retarded in grade 1 when I was in school, and you know, and I ended up homeless on the street later in life as a teenager. And I think it's not what experiences you've had that necessarily has to define your future. It's what you do with those experiences that can help you and also help others. And so for me, the number one way that I think I overcame was looking for other ways to help other people and to help others to overcome the adversity that they were facing. And so that's how I've kind of lived my life. And you know, you have to buckle down and work hard and go to school. You have to study hard. You know, there's a philosophy that Obama said when he was running his campaign, said, no drama, right? So you want to avoid creating the drama. There's so much drama in our lives, and I think that we have to cut through it, put our heads down, work hard, and it's not about what we can do for ourselves, but what can we do for other people, for other community members, and just to make a difference in our society.
Now, you said you went from, of course, living on the streets as a teen to becoming a doctor. I mean, to have the title in front of your name is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I mean, education, of course, you say is key in kind of helping the kids out.
Well, the best predictor of success is whatever you define success is education, and it could be, you could study anything. You could study how to be a reflexologist. You could study a trade, how to be a plumber, how to be a television journalist, or how to be a I'm an epidemiologist, which is the study of public health and looking at the incidence and prevalence rates of various things that are harmful to society, everything from violence to disease and so forth. But it doesn't matter as long as you're passionate about what you do, and then you just pursue that. And I think that you could be the head of your family. You could be a mom, you know, and raise your kids. You could be a father and raise your kids. You can raise animals, you know. So it doesn't really matter as long as you're passionate. And I think that's what we have to do. And what I see with a lot of kids nowadays is that they've lost their passion, they've lost their hope, they don't know what to do. And I think in society we don't allow or facilitate situations where young people can realize their potential.
Yeah. And we have about 30 seconds left. Tell us how the BNRC helps with that cause.
Yeah. That's exactly what we do. With young people at Brampton Neighborhood Resource Center, we serve people from birth to seniors. And we help young kids under the age of 6 through our Ontario Early Years programs have positive relationships with their caregivers. And we help at-risk young people explore where their potentials and their passions are. And we help newcomers adapt to their new life in Canada and become productive, contributing members of our society by finding where their talents are.
I highly urge you to go to www.dranthonyhutchinson.com. This was just the tip of the iceberg on this man's story and accomplishments throughout his career and life. You'll want to check out that website because there's lots of inspiration there for you. And of course, bnrc.org as well, the Brampton Neighborhood Resource Center, a great place from, like you said, Doc, from birth to seniors. And that's exactly what we want to see here in Peel. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be back here on Daytime.